Hello and welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast. This is episode 183, Magpulooza Edition. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to provide approximate, unbiased, and honest perspective. I'm your host, Ryan Cross from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcast for shooters, hunters, and all things firearms related. So this week we're going to talk about the new stuff that Magpul rolled out for the NRA annual meeting, and Chad's got an awesome double review. So let's see if we can squeeze it all into a nice little tight episode. So this week we got, obviously we got Chad, we got Rob, we got Sean from Black Bag Resources, and we've got Bleeding Gums Murphy from The Simpsons, Lisa's saxophone teacher. Let's hear that rich, soothing voice, man.
Mic check, microphone check. Yep, that's right. I'm back.
Oh,
wow!
So fresh from NRA. Fresh from NRA with the voice that ladies love.
Wow.
Whatever you say,
Okay.
Barry.
Next.
So Tony's got a little rasp to his voice, but I'm digging it. Did anyone do anything good in guns this week?
I did.
What'd you do?
Tons of stuff. I got to shoot last night. I got to meet with Scott Bach of A&J RPC over at a birthday party of all places, and heard all kinds of cool gossip and stuff that goes along with that. And then spent most of today helping a local security team do their pistol qualifications, all that good stuff. So I got a lot of trigger time. I got to help some other people with some trigger time. Got to do some training, some certifications, and I even renewed my insurance for the business.
Nice.
How's that for exciting? Top that.
Let's see. I went to a gun show. Okay, I didn't top that. Never mind.
I took my Ruger Precision
Nice.
Rifle, which the March patch is my favorite patch you've done so far, Ryan. But no, I took my Ruger Precision of the rifle to the local gun range and pushed it out to 200 yards, getting ready for that class I'm taking next week, actually,
Sweet.
for 500-yard long range shooting class. Of course, you put it on there with the vortex scope and a silencer on it, and everybody's like, "Ooh, can I shoot it?" Yeah, get your own gun, get your own ammo. Because that 168 boat tail hollow point match grade ammo, 250 to 250 around, depending on where I get it in the manufacturer. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds a person, but I'm not going to let people put a whole mag through. You know?
No.
Yeah, we're not that friendly.
I want to be nice to my fellow shooters, but I'm not that nice. Now, unless
So you don't sound like you're friendly with anybody right now. You sound like you're more likely to steal somebody's soul.
Is that your 6'5" Creedmoor right there, boy? Why
don't you meet me down by the crossroads in Louisiana?
wow,
the fiddle, son?
not like you.
Oh, that is golden.
Mm.
So did you shoot anything there, Mr. Coltrane?
Oh no,
Or
I've been out sick. I pretty much got sick on the drive back from Georgia from NRA. I've been at home the entire time. My wife is actually ready to end me.
Because you're sick. Yeah, I get it.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
incubation
pretty much.
time for NRAs. You know that?
Yeah, it seems to be NRA crud. We got down Monday before the show. I had a lot of cool pictures and stuff taken. Met a lot of people. Got a lot of yeses, as you usually get, but a lot of people following through on it. But this week, I absolutely did nothing with firearms except some photos. When I was fever broken, I was able to take some pictures outside this afternoon.
Cool. Well, me, I didn't do anything firearms related. I had a bachelor party. So I did get to grace the people of Portland with my presence, and my water bill is going to go up quite a bit from all the showers I had to take. to get that place off me.
Because it is a nightmare, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Cinco de Mayo too, so it was kind of extra crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That falls
so
under crap I don't need to know.
I know. Well, I would have preferred. We were going to do something firearms related for my bachelor party. There was a trainer here in town that has a laser setup, so he does kind of requalification with law enforcement, and their cert pistols, and there's some games and some training type stuff. But there's just like a shooting range just on a projector screen. And you can have 2 shooters with the cert pistols, and he backed out last minute. He doesn't do bachelor parties anymore. I think he's.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's good news for him because if he's so busy doing legitimate stuff that he doesn't want to entertain a bunch of drunk morons, that's good on him. But so we went with Plan B, and Plan B may or may not have come with hepatitis B. I'm not sure yet.
Or Hep C, or gonorrhea, or syphilis, or
Whoa. No.
whatever else.
You know, if you were going to Portland, they also have that simulator place there, and I know they do certain packages like the things. The one I went to. So see, you missed out.
I should have just went to your house, but that's not what happened.
Well, it is Oregon, so we can shoot machine guns year round.
Yeah, but you said you were like a couple hours away from Portland, and
it's like an hour and a half if there's no traffic.
Yeah. Once we got there, it was pretty much everyone that I invited to go has already been there for bachelor parties, so they knew the drill. I was just kind of drug along.
Yeah.
But that's all we're gonna say on that because I can't say the rest on air for Fifth Amendment reasons.
No,
when's the statute of limitations up?
What's that?
When's the statute?
So he doesn't want to have to get divorced before he gets married, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or the statute of limitations isn't up for 20 years.
Yeah.
There is no statute of limitations on bachelor parties. You never talk.
What
right.
happens in Portland stays in Portland.
That's right. We went wine tasting. That's all you need to know.
Good
The
wine.
wine
All
master, baby.
Jeez, with all the decent beer in Portland, you went wine tasting. Jeez.
That would have been a more appropriate response, wouldn't have been. So that's it. So now we're going to get into the announcements. Bandwidth sponsor for the podcast is Patriot Patch Co. So we've got the Patch of the Month of May is live still. So if you're not already a member of the Patch of the Month, make sure you check that out. See what you're missing. $15 a month gets you an exclusive limited run patch, which includes a matching vinyl sticker. I've actually got some vinyl stickers from May's patch right here. So we do a very good job on both. May is Pushing Daisies. It's a flower pot with some hollow point blooms growing out of the pot with a soil of empty casings. Next month is going to be something really cool, something Independence Day related. So make sure you join the club so you don't miss out on that. But it's pretty sweet. They just automatically come to your door every month. It's like a nice little surprise. So as far as pre-orders go, we have the law enforcement patches. Says sheriff and police. They're about 10.5 inches wide. They are perfectly sized to go on your tactical vest. Or if you're into like airsoft and LARPing and role play, you could, I guess, wear that too if you're on the good guy side. We've also got blood type patches. They're black with a little bit of the American flag stripes on them. So we've got all the blood types available. We've also got the All Rifles Matter shirt in black with white type over it. So make sure you check those out. Next up on the announcements, check us out at TriggerCon if you're going to be in the Western Washington area, July 27th through the 30th. Both me and Chad will be at Industry Day at the range, as well as the actual event at the Tacoma Event Center. I think that's where it is. So I'll be at the Patriot Patch booth.
Yeah, and I might be there helping you depending on how much stuff I see.
There's going to be a lot of stuff. I've heard some good rumors. Nothing I could officially confirm or deny, but it's going to be an awesome event. I mean, the people putting this on, Rainier Arms and all the affiliate companies, they want this to be the SHOT Show of the Pacific Northwest because there's enough gun companies up here that there's no reason for there not to be an event for us up here. Seems like NRA, they all pretty much cover the East Coast and some of the Midwest and don't really come up here much because we're primarily a blue area, unfortunately, but we're taking the fight to them. So TriggerCon, catch us at that. The listener support program, if you go to firearmsradio.tv, click on the pledge page, you'll be able to pledge any sort of donation to the podcast. That money goes directly to keeping the lights on and also funding new gear that we pick up and review. So if you enjoy this podcast, you want to show that appreciation, go ahead and pledge something to us. And depending on how much you pledge, you get a sizable return in Patriot Patch swag as a thank you. So it's also a sweet way to get some more Patriot Patch stuff. So if you're shopping Amazon, please use the affiliate link also on firearmsradio.tv. Just click on the Amazon button. So use that. Also, brand new announcement. So don't skip past this part. It's been a while since we've done a giveaway, and I just came up with a good one the other day. So, because we're going to be talking about Magpul stuff on this episode, I'm going to be giving away one of these items, and I'll talk about it when we get to it. It's going to be the last product we talk about on this episode. So this is how the giveaway is going to work. Leave us an iTunes review, positive, negative, just be truthful. But in your review, leave a number, and that number is going to be your guess as to how many Magpul t-shirts I own, right? I'll give you a hint. It's less than what you think, or maybe more than what you think. Depends on what you think, or if you even think at all. So that's it. That's going to be the contest. As soon as someone guesses the right answer, contest will be over. I will announce the winner using their username on air. Hopefully that you listen enough to the podcast where you will eventually hear your iTunes username. If you send us an email to gungearreview@gmail.com with your review and your guess, I'm only going to give it to you faster that way. So make sure you can do both if you can. Yeah. So now we're going to get into the Black Bag Resources coupon code. So with this worst coupon code ever, is that just a placeholder, or is that an actual coupon code?
That's an actual live coupon code. It is, in fact, the worst coupon ever. It gets you $1 off.
$1 off anything?
Oh, that is great.
Off anything.
Wow, a whole $1.
$20 or more.
$1.
One use
Hey,
per
listen,
customer.
you say.
Expires on the 31st.
There you go.
One whole $1. All
Hey.
right.
$1.
You save $1 here, you save $1 there. You can buy 2 things at the dollar store.
Everything you
or
say
you
just
can-
sounds so much more wise now. Holy
Yes.
Well, thanks for that tip,
maybe-
Roscoe.
You can. The thing is he's giving you $1 off. You could just donate it to Tony.
See, with age comes wisdom.
That's right.
On this podcast, I don't think so.
That's the
Oh
only
my
thing I
God.
got going. Help me out here, okay?
The only thing would be better if you were just kind of like twanging on a Les Paul while you said that. $1 saved is $1 earned.
You almost got it. Almost got it.
Yeah, go.
All right. So that's the end of the.
Sounds like he's almost got 1 foot in the grave. What the?
Yeah. Oh, hey, can't forget his coupon code. So Simon Says Train for free shipping on any order that will be directly donated to Smokey Robinson, and the second is for Everyone Diversity Shoot. So make sure you take advantage of that.
Hey, don't forget, since we're talking about Smokey Robinson, we can go into the Smoke Composites review.
You like how I did that? Boom.
You're
look
getting
at
better
Segway
every
Sam.
day.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
All right, Chad,
Well-
what are you reviewing today?
We have from Smoke Composites, we have 2 things: carbon fiber AR-15 handguard, M-Lock, so it goes with all our Magpul crap we're doing tonight, and their carbon fiber buttstock, which I don't know if you can see, has 2 little Magpul M-Lock slots here at the back, so you could put something. I just put this little Picatinny rail on it, but it's basically so you can put one of their quick disconnect swivel things on it. So I'll talk about the handguard first because that's what I'm going to do, and you can listen to the stupid dog bark. Jeez,
Shoot it.
somebody want a wiener dog? So what we have, carbon fiber handguard. They sent me the 12-inch M-Lock version. I think all of theirs are M-Lock. They don't make anything else. This thing's pretty slick looking. I don't know if the video does it justice, but the pictures probably do it a little better. This thing's quality-wise is super nice. I mean, it doesn't look, it's smooth, doesn't look like it has any, rough edges or anything to that effect. Super light, as you would expect from carbon fiber. It weighs in, for this 12-inch handguard with the barrel nut, complete with hardware. On my scale, it was 7.3 ounces. So, as you know, it's light. You can easily add accessories because of the M-Lock slots. It uses standard M-Lock rails, as you could guess. It does have 4 M-Lock slots on each of the 45 degrees, but on the 45s, they're offset about halfway. You can kind of see it in the pictures and see it on the video. So there is that, which I thought was kind of adds to the looks of it. And typically you're not putting an accessory 45 degrees off of another one. So that seems to help a lot. Basically it's made from 3550 carbon fiber and 7075 aluminum, which is basically the barrel nut and the piece they mold, glue, whatever they do into the carbon fiber. I don't know anything about carbon fiber. I was trying to look up stuff to learn on it. But that's about it. It is 1.88 inches in diameter, so not too big, not too small, which is kind of nice. I mean, it fits my hand good. If you like larger ones, you're out of luck. If you want smaller ones, you're kind of out of luck just with the style it is. I originally thought maybe it was going to be hard to grip, this thing being so smooth because of the recoil and such. But with the way these slots are in there, your hand just kind of goes into it. And so it's not as slick as I would have thought. They do put, I'm going to point this at, probably Tony in here. They put a bigger ring in the front because it's pretty thin. Probably the same thickness as like an aluminum would be at the front to keep it so you have somewhere to beat it up against or something to that effect. And inside that piece is 1.53 inches. So if you do get one of the longer ones or have a shorter barrel or something and want to put a suppressor in there, you can, if you have an 1.5 inch or smaller suppressor. So there is that. So it's not too bad in that case. I did do a bunch of rapid fire with this to see if I could see any heat mitigation, and I couldn't. It basically was venting the heat out better than aluminum ones that I've used. I don't know if it's the design of the slots or just because the carbon fiber doesn't really soak up any heat. The installation of the handguard's pretty straightforward. It's take the old barrel nut off, put on their barrel nut to supply, standard torque specs. The barrel nut is, 2 inches long or something with a wrench slot in the middle. And then it has a bunch of threaded holes for where you mount the handguard screws. So basically you line one of those up with the top or the bottom or wherever you want to line it up and slide it on. Then you just slide the handguard on and put some Loctite on the 4 screws and snug them down. And you are done with the tough part of installing it. I really liked how this thing worked. It made the rifle, this whole rifle, without a sight is like 5.5 pounds, and it's nothing special. So there is that. It weighs a little more with this old ancient sight on it, but it's just an M4 barrel and a standard receiver and everything. So that was nice. It swings pretty quick because of the lightweight handguard. Because it has the lightweight stock on it, it doesn't feel out of balance. Even when I put on a different lower with a standard M4 stock on it, and I don't know if it was me, it seemed to not swing quite as fast from target to target, but I didn't put it on a timer, so you can't quote me on that. But it didn't seem to screw up the balance all as much as I would have thought. Thing I would like to see is if they had built in a QD mount on this somewhere, or a couple, because they could put a hole and make a QD mount for it. Be pretty easy. So actually I may consider drilling one myself. I talked to them and they said that would be fine. So there's that. Pretty much about the extent of the review part. Now we'll get into the 8 key points. It's lightweight carbon fiber M-LOK handguard is the claim to fame. Target markets, lightweight AR builders, 3-gunners, anyone wanting super light AR style handguard for their rifle. Features and benefits: it is 7.3 ounces for the 12-inch version. It's made of that carbon fiber with aluminum construction, has the M-LOK slots. It does rapidly disperse the heat. You can actually get this in custom lengths. They are $75 extra, which we'll get to down at the bottom. So if you wanted some super custom length, they'll do that. It's got that thick ring at the front. It's easy to install. It is made in the USA. It's actually made down in Nevada, so that is a plus. The other options available, you can get a standard or 7 1/4, 10-inch, and 15.15 inches. We got what others are saying. I could not find any other actual reviews on the handguards, so you guys don't get any links to those. The price point, we'll see if we can kill off Tony here. As tested was $289, and the retail on them is $249 to $299, depending on if you get the 7 1/4, 15-inch, plus the $75 if you want some custom length. The only place I know of you can get it is Smoke Composites. So our rating, the pros, it's light at 7.3 ounces. It is M-LOK instead of key mod, so it's easy to install. It will fit over some suppressors. It is beautifully crafted. It doesn't have your typical carbon fiber look, the little kind of hexagon type thing like you're used to. It's kind of a weird kind of camo looking type. It's hard to explain. You kind of really have to look at the pictures. It's pretty strong. I actually, took it just to see how strong it was and kind of beat it on the edge of my safe just to see what, and it didn't even scuff the thing. So, I mean, you get it and it's pretty thin, so you'd be like, but it's pretty strong. And it is made in the USA. The cons, of course, as with a lot of handguards, it doesn't use the standard AR barrel wrench, which would be nice if they do, but not a big deal usually. If you mount the M-LOK rails on the top, they do sit higher than your standard AR rail, and there's no QD mounts built in. I will mention that they now, I don't even think it's on their website yet, but he told me they now offer one with a full top rail made out of carbon fiber that does line up with your standard Picatinny rail on your receiver. So there is that. So I gave it a score of 8, which is great. I'll let you guys ask questions on this before I go on to the next review.
I got nothing.
It's carbon fiber handguard that's light. So, okay.
It's a carbon fiber. What's that? M-LOK handguard?
Yep.
Great review, Chad.
That's it. Well, now you got the carbon fiber buttstock, which is also M-LOK. So we'll go to that. Same thing, same materials. This is why I'm doing them together, so I don't have to repeat myself next week. Smoke Composites offers two different styles and two different lengths. This is the carbine length, and it is the closed style. And what that means is it has this closed piece here. The open style would basically just have a butt plate on it. So it's basically put on there. One, it gives you two little M-lock slots to add stuff. And it also has a tendency to not get caught on things. So, it won't get caught on barricades or stuff like that. If you're shooting 3-gun or something like that, it'll just tend to slide off of them. So once you have that open profile, there's, let's see, super light, looks nice just like the other one. The one they sent me, it comes with a lightweight castle nut and actually a carbon fiber little end plate cover here. So, and they do a wonderful job with their engraving. The machining on this receiver extension tube piece is just fantastic. Their attention to detail is phenomenal. It's just beautiful. Can't really say much more about that. This particular one weighs 4.9 ounces. That is with the little carbon fiber end plate and their lightweight castle nut. So this thing literally weighs nothing. That is without a buffer and spring. But it's a standard carbine buffer and spring. If you buy this length, if you get the rifle length, then it would be a rifle buffer and spring, though they do offer as an option basically it's an adapter piece. It's a little spacer that goes in a rifle length stock tube and makes it so you can use a carbine buffer and carbine spring. So if anybody wants to do that, they have that available. Same carbon fiber. You can actually get it. They offer a Magpul butt plate on it as an option, which I would recommend getting if you're not super concerned with weight, because this particular stock is very slick. As you could probably guess, it's slick because it's smooth. So I would probably opt for the rubber butt pad. They say it adds a little bit of extra length, but not much. And also, if you're really building a custom rifle, they do offer a custom length of pull for $35. The carbine length like this is 9.5 inch length of pull, which seems to be about standard for these carbine length fixed stocks. So that pretty much ends the review because, well, it's a carbon fiber stock and doesn't weigh anything. Claim to fame, lightweight carbon fiber minimalist stocks. Target market, same people, lightweight AR builders, 3-gunners, or somebody just wanting cool looking stuff. It's lightweight for the features and benefits, 4.9 ounces, 4.6 if you take away the castle nut and the end plate. It has that 9.5 inch length pull. It has a 1.11 inch outside diameter, not that it probably matters to anybody. It is M-lock compatible. This one has the closed shoulder plate. It does use the standard carbine buffer and spring. Other options, you can get the open style, so the short pull or rifle length is considered short pull. Closed style rifle length with or without the M-lock slots. You can get this without the M-lock slots here if you would like them. There's some what others are saying, but there is no links to other reviews. Price point is $221 as tested with the M-lock slots. Retail, depending on what options you want, $189 to $231. If you need it now, you got to go to Smart Composites again. The pros: super light, M-lock slots, closed shoulder plate, not typical look. Of course, it matches their handguard, so that's nice. The threads are nicely machined, and the castle nut is nicely machined. Super strong. I'll go a little more into that. I actually mortared one of these on concrete, and all it tended to do, there's a little scratch in the butt plate somewhere. I can't seem to locate it. But that's all it did. It's great looking, and you can get custom lengths. The cons, carbon fiber end plate does not have an index bump. You know, the little index bump that goes in the little kind of detent slot here. So it tends to want to not sit quite straight. It's doesn't come with a buffer spring. I guess that's kind of just nothing. And the butt plate is slick, which if you like them that way is great. I personally don't, but I did give it a score of 8.5 because I actually like the stock better than I like the handguard. So, I mean, really, if you're looking at them, they're both an 8, but I threw an extra half a point because I like the stock. So that's pretty much sums up that review.
Good going there, Slick.
Did I make it in your time limit?
Yeah, you did good.
I figured since they were the same company, stuff like that, I'd just throw them together. It'd probably make life easier for all of us.
Yeah, I would imagine for like somebody who's shooting 3-gun and is looking for a lighter weight stock, with not a bunch of frills, that'd work pretty good. Plus, you have the benefit of M-lock if you want to do your hand stop or your angled foregrip, or even your bipod if you were wanting to have a bipod on your rifle.
Right. It kind of sounded like pretty much if you want something custom, they'll see what they can do for you. So, if you wanted it slightly lighter and you weren't going to abuse it, they might be able to put more slots in it for you to lighten it up. Stuff like that.
I was wondering about that, about a bipod or anything on that. There's a sniper.
Oh.
There's a sniper's run, some course. It's of designated marksman and supposedly his spotter. It's a competition. Right. And usually you try to get them, you have to carry everything with you from the start to the end that you use. So having a really lightweight rifle built as lightweight as possible makes sense in that scenario.
Especially when the stuff's just as rigid as the aluminum and stuff. Yeah, in cases like that, if you were carrying this thing around all day long, as you say, as our resident, based Tony says, ounces or pounds, right?
Yeah. Yeah, ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain.
That's right. Is that
how much
is that why you're not feeling good?
You just evil.
Sorry.
Yeah, Chad, that was unnecessary and hurtful.
That was hurtful. I eat because I hurt.
Oh. What were you saying, Tony?
Wow.
Hey, how much does your rifle weigh with all that on there?
Actually, this rifle without a sight weighs 5.5 pounds.
All right, that's what I thought.
And it's a standard M4 barrel, standard bolt carrier receiver. There's nothing lightweight on this except the stock and handguard.
So that's pretty much as dependable as you can probably get an AR to be lightweight without going into like really expensive components, right?
Right. And the amazing part is when I first put that thing together and put the stock and stuff on it, it was laying here. Oh, I don't know. Even I handed it to my son and he's like, "Hey, this is nice. It's lightweight." There is a little more felt recoil because it's lighter. But he was like, "Oh, I like this." And then last week, because I was going to review it, but because of time thing, we cut it out. I had it laying in here and my daughter comes in and picks it up and she's like, "Oh, this thing's pretty light." I'm like, "Well, I guess I got 2 kids telling me it doesn't weigh much, so it must not be too bad."
True.
Well, there you go.
And they're teenagers. They bitch about everything.
And they've got years ahead. So
what?
They've got your genetics, so they're not necessarily bodybuilders.
Exactly.
Wow.
All right, so now let's get into the product spotlight. And I do appreciate Chad for throwing in some M-Lock Magpul references in there in his reviews. So I just wanted to cover the new stuff that Magpul rolled out for NRA. Some of these things I'll be getting, some of them I won't, but it's an interesting possibility to think about. So the first up, everyone knows that was last year the hotness was the Hunter stock for the Remington 700s. Seems like 700 SPSs could not stay on the shelves because people were buying them just to throw these Magpul stocks in them, and then buying the magazines, the new PMag AC magazines, so they could do a tactical bolt action rifle build. Well, it seems that Magpul's finally branched out to another popular fire or bolt action rifle platform. Ruger American. Everyone kind of likes the Americans. They're a really good price point, and it seems to have some pretty good quality. I know Savage fanboys are crying, probably, but it seems like they went with the American short action this year. So I'm not sure if it's going to fit all Ruger Americans, including the Predators. I'm not well enough versed in Ruger American rifles to know the difference between those and if they're the same and will fit in the same single stock. I'm sure Tony might know.
I would guess it probably is.
It may. I have no idea. I know some of the difference in the Predator and the regular Ruger American line is the barrels being threaded and sometimes shorter length barrels.
Yeah.
That's all I know for sure.
There's
Well,
not
if
a
it
huge
has
difference in the profiles or anything, so I don't think it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean it has the reversible barrel channel. I'm imagining. So if you do have one that's got a heavier profile, or you put an aftermarket barrel in there, you should be able to just pop out that barrel channel, flip it upside down, and put it back in, and it should accommodate that. So right now, colors are black, flat dark earth, gray, and olive drab green. I wish they would come out with sand so we can do kind of more of our own custom patterns with dyes and paints and stuff. I guess just rattle cans we'll have to do for now, and Cerakote. But it's got all the same features of the Hunter 700 that we talked about a lot last year. In fact, I even have a review of the Hunter 700 stock on the Firearms Insider. Adjustable length of pull, uses the interchangeable cheek welds from the SGA shotgun stock. So if you've got to raise your eye level to see through the scope, you can just swap that out. But if you have a compact Ruger American Hunter, I think you can put it in this stock, take out all the length of pull spacers in the back, and still have a relatively short length of pull. So if you're a smaller stature or you're building this for your young ones to shoot. So it is going to be compatible with those same PMag 5 round and I think 10 round, which I don't know if the 10 rounds are out yet. The 7.62 AC magazines.
Yeah, the 10s are out because I have a couple.
Okay, good. So they it says that included is our bolt action magazine well and the PMag 5, and they didn't include those on the 700. So I think they might have figured out in the pricing that, hey, let's just include everything in the box. That would have been awesome because I had to buy that separately. And a lot of times when you'll go to a box store, say Cabela's, or I guess I would say Gander Mountain, but I'm not going to use that example. You walk in the door, you buy your stock that's in the Magpul section because they've got a pretty good dealer reach, but yet you can't get your magazine well and your magazine because those are already sold out. So it's nice that they're including it with the rifles, so you don't have to kind of wait until all the pieces become available. It's got the same steel recoil lugs, fully adjustable length of pull, like I said, M-Lock compatible for accessories. In my review, I did talk about that, what accessories are compatible with it's kind of 3 o'clock, kind of 9 o'clock, and then you've got 6 o'clock. And then the stock is kind of pre-dimpled if you just wanted to screw in your own swivel bipod studs if you just wanted to do your sling the old-fashioned way, or put your bipod on there the old-fashioned way. But now that this is out, I've been kind of debating getting a hunting rifle for my soon-to-be wife. I was thinking 243, but I think I might be that guy and get her something in 6.5 Creedmoor just so I have one. I think if I'm going to start collecting ammo and reloading for a cartridge, and I had to choose between 6mm or 243 and 6.5 Creedmoor, I think I'd like to give Creedmoor a shot. I don't think there's going to be a huge difference in recoil for her, but it should have a pretty substantial difference in how long she could take a good shot out. She's a pretty good shot, but I have to sacrifice, or not sacrifice, but give her one of my nicer scopes though, so she has all the benefits that I can give her when she's taking a shot.
Well, so what you're saying is if you get one in 6.5 Creedmoor, you get one of these stocks, then she'll basically get all the game, and you'll just have to get it and hang it and everything.
Actually, she's the one that likes to get it and hang it and dress it. She's
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm oh,
nice.
You think I'd marry anybody? Yeah,
I'm starting to figure this out now.
She picks up my brass, she cleans my deer, she's a knockout. I mean, come on. Got to put a ring on that. But yeah, this would be a good build for, if you wanted to build your usually kids, you want to get your kid into shooting. It's kind of a good platform to start with, especially because you get into compact. So the MSRP on the stock is $29.95. That's straight off of Magpul's website. I know you can find it cheaper. Did I?
Yeah.
I don't math well. $299.95.
There you go. What's the
He
700?
reads not good too.
Yeah. What's the 700 one cost? Is it about the same?
Stand by for confirmation.
Okay. I was gonna look, but then you said that, and I was like, oh.
I mean, if you could find it faster than I could, but
probably not. I mean,
Hunter 700.
I was just curious, since this one comes with all the accessories for the magazine.
Let's see. Short action, $259.95, and the long action is $279.95. So you are looking at a price difference because it is including those. Now, if you were to buy the Magwell with the magazine alone, it looked to be about $70.
Yeah, that's around what I've seen.
So you are saving money by buying the kit that comes with all those. I just wish that they would come out with a PMag in 223.
Yes,
because I mean, there's Remington 700s and 223 and like 204 Ruger. I don't know why, but they do. 300 Blackout, more importantly. But now that you've got the Ruger American, how many Ruger American rifles are in 223 and 300 Blackout? That's going to be more demand. So I'm hoping they follow through with that.
Yep.
Cool. So that's the stock. So hooray for you Ruger owners out there. So now we're going to cover Glocks now. So everyone's been all over the Magpul Glock magazines. It's fantastic what they did, is because Glock magazines, are always so expensive. So they came out with comparable magazines that are cheaper, and they've got some extra features on there, a little bit of a beefier base plate, and it's even got the dot matrix, so you can coordinate and number or identify your mags. So when one goes bad, you know which one, you can throw it out and replace it.
Magpul magazines for Glock 19s are much better than OEM.
Well said.
They're much better than Glock mags.
Well said. So they came out with an enhanced magazine well this year at the NRA show. It's only $25 or $24.95 is the MSRP on that. So what it does is it fills in the gap in your grip that you would usually fill with some sort of plug. So it fills that, and it's got a little screw hole, and it gives you a very minimal magwell. It's not super huge, like a big old flange for competition, where you're reloading and you really don't want your mags to get bound up or go in the wrong way, and you're not really looking at your mag. So it's kind of a mix between this will be good for the range, good for home self-defense without printing too much if you're carrying inside the waistband with your shirt tucked in. It's just like a little bit of a flare, a little bit of a magwell. And I think it's going to sell like crazy because anything Magpul puts out that you can attach to like literally any of your Glocks minus, your 43s. And I don't know if this will go on the 26 and 27. It's going to sell like crazy.
I can say this. Agency Arms sell the exact same thing, but made out of aluminum for $75. There's another company called DOS Ex Machina, DEM, and they sell one for $99. So yeah, but they're talking about how hardcore it is because it's made of aluminum, so it'll last longer. The friggin' pistol's made out of plastic, stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is I saw this before Ryan actually put it in the show notes, but I like how it's just kind of a minimal magwell. I mean, it's pretty easy to be in a double stack mag that they kind of funnel themselves in anyway, but that little bit of extra that doesn't like print, and for $24.95 you can't go wrong. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, okay, Magpul's going to sell 5 zillion of these, I think. Anybody who has a Glock's probably going to buy one just to try it out.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you be that guy.
Well, I'm going to be that guy.
Ryan probably has 4 of them on order right now.
Ryan doesn't even own a Glock, and he has 4 of them on order right now.
How'd you know?
I know.
Well, I mean, and even the Lone Wolf makes them for their pistols, and I know they have a polymer and they have a more expensive aluminum version. I don't know if it's as cheap as $25 though. Man, I think it is a little more aggressive of a flare, so it's not exactly ideal for concealed carrying.
I think Magpul has done what Ruger has done. Wait till other people start making products and then copy them and make them for less money. There's nothing wrong with it. It's called capitalism.
Yeah.
If I had a Gen 3, I'd have this installed because one's very little to go wrong with it.
They make them for Gen 4.
I have a Gen 2.
Old fogey.
Yeah, well, while everybody else is paying someone to grind off their finger grooves, I don't have any.
That's right.
So the cool thing is it may add more speed to your mag changes, which is something that's cool for competition, because in real life, you self-defense scenarios, very few people ever have to do a mag change. You can practice and just get better at it, but more likely it'll never happen. But still, some people want that. It adds nothing to it. There's not a lot of parts breakage. And again, it's made out of hardcore polymer from a company that everyone knows makes good polymer. So there's really no downside.
I'm surprised that they didn't incorporate on the left and right side of the mag well a relief so it makes it easier to rip the mag out. I know that most of the time the mag will just drop straight out anyway, especially if you're using quality magazines. But
generally on a flared mag well, you don't do the cutouts on the sides. There's probably a cutout on the front.
Yeah.
And there's probably enough space also built into it to be able to grab most mags and rip them out if you have to.
Right. Well, I mean, most competition guys are running the Terran tactical bases anyway that stick out an extra couple inches. So,
well, I watched videos.
Even heavier don't want to drop free too.
Well, I watched the videos on both the agency and the other companies, and both of them say they have extra room built into that mag wells to be able to rip out the mags, and they're still slim. So I'm assuming that if Magpul did one, they incorporated the same thing. It's just an assumption on my part.
Yeah.
Cool. So as far as the compatibility, it looks like they're trying to cover Gen 3 and Gen 4 of most of the, let's see, so the Glock 19, 17, 17L, 22, 23, 24, 31, 32, 34, 35, 37, and 38. You know, those 37, 38, if you're a fan of 45 gap, you know what I'm talking about. But
that one guy right now is cheering.
That's right. You're welcome, buddy. So it is important to note that if you've got a Gen 3 and a Gen 4, it's not going to be interchangeable because there's got to be a difference in the grip and the magwell. So if you've got a Gen 3 19 and a Gen 4 17 and you think you're going to swap this magwell around, you're not. You need to buy a specific model of this magwell. There's 4 different models to fit your specific gun. So you want to go to Magpul's website, click on the specs, and look at that chart and figure out what you need. Because there's the Mag 908, the Mag 932, the Mag 940, and the Mag 950. So that's the enhanced magwell. They're gonna sell like crazy. I mean, at that price point, you can be buying something on Brownells, and oh man, I need an extra $25 to get free shipping. Oh, what will I get? Oh, hey, I'm going to pimp out my Glock with another magwell part. Sweet.
There you go.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So this next product. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say? You're
just gonna improve on Glock perfection,
right?
Glock perfection can totally be improved upon.
Yeah. All right. So the next product is for the AR-15s, and this is the product that I'm giving away in that giveaway. So the Magpul Enhanced AR Magazine Release. So what this is it replaces your existing magazine release button, and with a kind of proprietary one that Magpul provides you that's got, it's threaded in 2 spots. So you replace your mag button with their Magpul magazine button. Then you can install this enhanced release onto that using 2 set screws. So it basically gives you a larger surface area to push in and get your magazine to drop out. It does look like it's more of a kind of a duckbill shape with serrations on it. It says Magpul on it. But it looks to me it comes closer to you so that you should be able to pull your trigger finger off the trigger and go up and be able to actuate that mag release with your index finger.
Especially if you have short fingers.
Especially if you have, if you have
standard one.
If you're from the Wallace clan and you're known for short fingers.
Hey, that's the only thing that's
What do you mean? He has the longest fingers in the Shire.
Gee, thanks.
So it looks to be fairly easy to put on. I mean, obviously, if you've never done it, build your own AR before, you're missing out because this is really easy to do. You could probably knock it out in under 5 minutes if you knew what you're doing. So yeah, it's machined from mil spec anodized aluminum. You do have the 2 pieces there by necessity. It's compatible on most 5.56 and 7.62 pattern receivers because that mag button really hasn't changed. Obviously, if you're in California, nuts to you because this isn't a bullet button, so it's not going to help you out at all.
Yep.
But I think it's cool. I thought it was cool enough at the price point of $20 to order a few of them, and so I can put a couple on my ARs and then give one away. So that's what the contest is. Guess how many Magpul t-shirts I currently own, and put it in your iTunes review. Also email me if you really want to win faster, because I'll see it faster and respond to you faster and figure out where you live so I can ship it to you. And then bam, you can slap this on your AR. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it, these things make it so much nicer to hit the release. I mean, with the Magpul one here, it looks like you about double the size of the standard button. So,
yep.
And it's made of aluminum, so it's not like it's a polymer part even. It's your standard aluminum piece, so
my question,
really
it looks like it sticks out a lot further too.
That's what I'm wondering. Does it stick out to the point that you hit it and you're going to be dropping your mag by accident?
Or if you bump up against something, would you accidentally drop the mag?
I assume that, yeah, that's what that raised part of the receiver around the mag button is for, is to, if you were to rub up against the wall or drop this on the ground to prevent that button from being pressed.
Yeah, but remember too, With the regular magazine release, when you push that magazine release button, it just kind of resets into the cutout,
Right.
and it kind of goes flush when you push the button. That one is still going to stick out even when you push the button, so that means it's probably got to stick out further when it's at rest or at the neutral position.
I mean,
So,
Well, if
I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
Ryan had already put one on, we would know this stuff.
Yeah,
Hey,
right. Put one
Barrett.
on, dadgummit.
I ordered it like 2 days ago, man. What do you want
Come on,
from me?
Magpul, ship it.
Where's the Amazon Prime shipping
Okay,
from other companies?
hold
Come
on.
on.
Hold on. Ryan ordered it, but you know he has to use a fake name and address because he can't have any direct contact with Magpul since the restraining order kicked in.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So Mr. Smith has to, with his P.O. box, he has to wait till it comes in. Then he has to drive to a different town. And
He has to
pick it
drive
up.
to Idaho to get it, right?
I use the same address, but I changed the name to Chris Costa. It really throws him off.
Throws them off.
Yeah, the sad
okay.
thing is the mailman makes him walk the catwalk every time he comes to the house to get a product.
I mean, looking at the pictures, I mean, it is a good point. And obviously, I'll be doing a review on it to see if it. I will like physically try and push it up against the wall, see if I can get the mag to drop without pressing it with my finger. But if you're not really concerned about that, you're just looking to make it a little bit easier at the range. Then yeah, I think it can't hurt to try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I was thinking too, from the standpoint, if it sticks out further, and you really just fumble around, you just, worst case, smack the button to get the darn thing to release the magazine, but then you'd have to hold it in
Yeah.
to actuate the whole release. But
You just got to operate on a higher level to avoid accidentally dropping your magazine. Don't be fumbling around.
oh dear God,
Did
not
you
say
just
that.
say?
Well-
Did you just say somebody had to get on your level to operate? Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's right.
goodness. Okay.
So it'll improve
So your
mag
level's
flip
what, a
abilities.
12-year-old?
Wow.
No, you got to take those dynamic, non-permissive carbine courses, man.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Hence the reason Magpul has a restraining order against him.
Whatever, man. That's Tony's line. That's why he's laughing.
Yep.
All right, man. So listener feedback, I don't believe we had anything new. Of course, now that with this contest, hopefully we will start to see some more reviews in. Let me just check iTunes here real quick.
Holy moly. Yeah,
No.
one of the guys in the chat just let me know Odin Works makes a magazine. The same thing, right?
Yeah.
What is it? $99? They smoke crack over at Odin Works?
For the
Yeah.
They
mag
have a mag extender fix AR223 Gen P mag increased capacity. Okay, that's mag plates. Now I'm just looking for What's up?
they're like extended mag releases, like $22 or something, I think.
Oh, I'm looking for it. I just saw that was something else. No, I often wonder what the price point is on something like this from other companies that build AR accessories. Like, you know, when Magpul steps into it, what market are they stepping into? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's $22 and it's got cutouts in it. And okay, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, no, I'd get the Magpul before this.
But yeah, I mean, you got choices, and Magpul.
No,
everybody
I'm
knows
looking at theirs. I'm looking at theirs, and you have cutouts and whatnot, and it's a big old paddle. But once you start getting cutouts, you can get more stuff jammed into it, and all of a sudden you can't drop your mag because there's a small pebble wedged in one of these really slick cutout holes they have. Well, congratulations. Now you're not moving dynamically. You're sitting there with a potato in your hand trying to get your magazine out.
You're sitting there with a knife in there trying to pry that stick or stone or whatever the hell's wedged behind the mag release out.
Well, it's one of those things when you start adding parts, you don't want to start adding liabilities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
even
nothing I'd be interested in too, Ryan, just like Tony was saying, could something get wedged in there to keep the mag release from properly operating?
He'll tell us when he mounts them.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Can't
So
wait.
We didn't have any new iTunes reviews or feedback, so Tony, why don't you go ahead with your little plug?
Why, thank you. You guys did a stellar job last week. I really appreciate it. Second is for everyone, Diversity Shoot on June 1st. It's going to be great. I have a bunch of new swag from a bunch of new companies that decided to help me out. Henry finally stepped up after years of asking through with some quality swag. Sonoran Desert Institute came through and Adam's Arms came through. So you're going to get new stuff from those three as of right now. And we got our standby CZ USA. So come by. We're going to have pizza. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have drawings. It's going to be great. If you want to go and help us out, we do take donations on diversityshoot.com. And pretty soon we'll be doing limited edition shirts. Only going to be up for 30 days. Get your shirt. We'll get it sent out to you. But it's 30 days only. We're going to be open for that. Sean and I'll be talking about it, and we'll figure out when we're going to kick it off. So thank you again for your time. Oh, yeah, Sean, you want to tell them about the June, the class coming up later this month?
We've got our intro to handgun coming up on the 21st, and that's kind of the long and short of that.
Yep. Just wanted to get it out there. So you go to Black Bag Resources and check out the class we have coming up at the end of the month. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Wow, I got outro music. I like that. Oh, you dork.
Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yep. That's nice.
Hold on. It's a wonderful world.
Oh.
All right.
Nice. All right. So
anything for you.
that was a treat. So wrapping up, send questions or comments to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. And be sure to visit the Firearms Insider website for reviews and industry coverage, as well as follow us on Instagram at Firearms Insider. So that's the end of the show. What do we say?
Bye, Felicia. Hey. You know, that's just so wrong. But it feels so right.